Hello, my beautiful angels, starseeds, and dreamers. Welcome back. My name is Violeta. This is a timeless tarot reading for you. Yes, you. If it resonates, take it. If it doesn't, leave it. All signs welcome. It's a quiet day today. I'm hearing it's a quiet day today. I'm hearing reckoning. It's a day of reckoning. It's a day of how much you've been through. Looking back, seeing the whole picture. Taking stock of what you did recently that changed everything. You woke up one day and everything was different. Mostly inside, but also outside. You feel comfortable in your presence. You feel soft, enveloped, loved, accepted. For the first time in your life, you feel accepted. You no longer have to struggle to fit in. You no longer have to care about fitting in. You no longer feel like everyone is sharp or out there to get you. You feel accepted, and that is because you accept you. You have finally accepted you, and nobody can take that away from you. Nobody. This is such an immense jump. It's a whole new life. Because you walk down the street and people accept you. People smile, people like your energy, people let you go first, people just turn to you. People are happy you're there, even strangers. That's the people who are not triggered by you, of course. And there's a lot of those as well, because they have yet to face themselves. If they can't accept you, that means they can't accept something within themselves, because you're reflecting that thing back to them. And they blame you for it, for showing them that truth, that painful truth that they don't want to face, that they keep pushing back for one day, for no day, I'm hearing for some people. Some people never want to face themselves, and that's okay. That's not your job. Your job is just to show them what they're denying, rejecting, and refusing to see and to admit to themselves. They don't have to admit it to you or to anybody else. They just have to admit it to themselves. Just sit down with themselves and say quietly, actually, yeah, I see it now. Nobody has to know. But they wouldn't even do that. Because they want to be different. They want to change. But that's not how it works. Change is when you face everything and it hurts and it's painful and it's horrible, but you face it. You face your dragons. You don't run away from them, hide from them like a coward. No. You take your sword and you master it. You take your cups and you master them. Ace of Cups. Incredible abundance and emotional satisfaction is awaiting you on the other side of this cycle. You're at the end of it. I'm hearing some people are just trying to catch up. The Strength and the Queen of Swords, they see you as cold and cutting. They see you as someone who doesn't care about other people, but they don't know your heart. Or if they do, they're confused. How can you be so soft and so sharp at the same time? It's because you had to develop the skill. When people used your softness, when people used your heart, they abused it. And so you had to learn to be sharp, to set boundaries, to be firm within who you are and what you allow in your energy. And you developed the skill this year and the last years, and you mastered it. Now nobody's allowed who doesn't belong. You're strong within this ability. And it's weird that I saw the strength when it's the 8 of Pentacles. It's basically the same thing though, because you have worked so hard on this skill. You have worked so hard on not people pleasing, on not always being available, on not letting people siphon your energy, on not letting people just tag along with just to be in your shine. You don't let anybody take advantage anymore, ever. You only let people in when they give as much as they take. When they give as much as you give. Otherwise, it's unequal. It's not fair. It's unhealthy. Of course, you're not going to allow this kind of thing. People think that's selfish, cruel, but it's actually it's actually self-loving. It's truly an admirable quality because they wish they could love themselves this much, you know? But they wouldn't admit it to anybody. Whoa, some cards fell, so excuse me while I retrieve them. Four of Pentacles, Six of Swords, and Justice in reverse. Exactly what I said. You're no longer clutching to situations that are unjust. You're no longer stuck in situations that don't give anything. You're no longer confused about what's fair and what's not fair. You no longer let people convince you of what you should do because you know. Oh, you know. Your gut knows, your spirit knows what's right and what's wrong for you. Seven of Swords, Knight of Cups, and Five of Wands. In the past, emotional offers were connected to deceit, conflict, drama, unfairness, hidden truths, hidden people, masks, playing games. People couldn't show you who they were because they felt below you, or they felt like you would reject them if you saw, but you did see. That's the funny thing, you did see everything and you stuck around, but then they assumed you didn't see or you would go away, and you did because the past people just went away from themselves, really, because you were their mirror. They walked away from themselves. They didn't accept themselves. They didn't accept the reflection in you. They didn't accept you. They didn't choose you. Therefore, they didn't choose themselves. And it was really not anything you could have done. It was meant to be. It was meant to unburden you from all these tricks and people who didn't put you on an equal footing, you know, didn't put your feelings first, or just didn't prioritize how you felt, really, didn't make it comfortable for you. You were so uncomfortable, it was like you were lying on a bed of nails the whole time with these people, whoever this was for you. You were so freaking uncomfortable. I'm so sorry to hear that, my love. You didn't deserve it, but You learned a lot from it, and the other people learned also. Eight of Cups in reverse. These people, they don't want you to leave. They don't want to leave. They want to be stuck in this unhealthy cycle. Can you please clarify for me? Spirit. King of Wands. Someone walked away so confidently. You both did, but for different reasons. That's funny. That's really funny. Two of Wands. You continued on because you can see the whole world in your future. You can see the best things in your future. And that's once you leave these toxic cycles. Everything gets better and better when you leave them. And the other person, they left confidently saying, it's going to get better after this. But I'm not sure it did. I feel like they left out of fear of themselves, of you, of the connection. It was like the leaving was inevitable. It was like it was on repeat in their mind over and over again. And maybe in yours too. Maybe you both saw the end because you both could sense it. And it was a self-fulfilling prophecy. You see an end happening and you believe it's going to happen and you cause it to happen. But it was meant to be this way. This was for the good of everybody. All sides, both sides, I'm hearing. Because you had to find something, the Hermit sideways. You're coming out of this Hermit energy. Maybe someone else is entering theirs. You're mirroring with someone, but it's like you're always between your own world and the outside world with the other people, and you're confused. Which one is the real one? Both. It's the balance that's important. That's the message. You have gained all the wisdom from one world. You have gained all the wisdom from the other world. And now you can put them together and they can work together. This is a beautiful message, by the way. Beautiful message. What else do you need to know about the situation? Queen of Wands. Your confidence has been growing. Your power has been growing ever since you left the situation, whatever it was. Whether you left a group or a person or a bunch of connections. Seven of Pentacles. You waited to see something grow from it, but nothing did. And so it had to be this way. It had to be this way. It had to be this way. Exactly what needed to happen, happened. Wheel of Fortune, exactly. Everything turned for both of you, for all of you. The karma reset to something different. And everything happened so magically too. It's like you got what you... I'm hearing you gave something, you did something, you put something out into the world, and this person did too, or these people, or whoever that is. And it took a while, but then you got it back. So you put all of your love into the world and risked being hurt. And you were hurt, but then a while passed and you started getting it back. You started getting what you've put out back. All this unconditional love, you're getting it back now. And I'm hearing this person or these people, they put out something else, and now they're getting it. They're getting the same as they put out, because it's time for justice. It's time for the balance and for a new beginning, because you're brave enough to begin every single day, I'm hearing. And these people, they're hidden. They're in fear. They're not in the right place to begin again, or halting their ascent, their journey. Meanwhile, you're on your throne. You're the Empress. You're divine. You know what's coming. You know what's coming. You're not worried. And I'm not saying these things to make someone feel good or someone else feel bad. No, these are different journeys that we're all on. And it's okay for some people to be in their divinity, and it's okay for other people to be in their confusion. This is all the same journey, because you've gone through the confusion, you've gone through the fears, you've gone through the hidden, you've gone through all of that they're going through right now. They don't know. Maybe they haven't seen, but you do. You beat all of those shadows, those fears, those dragons, that confusion, the fog, everything. You emerged on the other side a victor. And it was really hard. You almost lost yourself. You almost lost everything. But you did it. You did it. Because you never stop. People don't realize that you're not different because you're somehow lucky or you're somehow have some kind of qualities that they don't have. No, it's because you don't stop. That's the only thing that keeps you going. That's the only thing that makes you different. That's the only thing, and it's a chosen skill, you know. You can develop the skill, and people don't realize that they can develop it within themselves too. I used to think, oh, thank God I'm stubborn, thank God I never stop. But the thing is, I've developed the skill throughout my lifetime. You know, maybe I didn't start off this way, you know. So what I see as my natural ability is something that I've developed, that I've worked with, you know, that I've embraced about myself and made stronger. And you have too. And these people who are on the outside looking in and trying to figure out how you did it or how they can do it too, you just have to keep going and fighting. That's all. That's all it is. Literally. The goal is the journey. You have learned to enjoy the journey. You have learned to enjoy the small victories. You have learned to not be disappointed by every single setback, because setbacks are setups for future accomplishment. That's a really good quote that I believe in. I treated you like an option. The situation was really uncomfortable for you, like I said, because somebody treated you like one of many. They were full of ego and they wanted to humble you, which was unfortunate because you already had the humbleness inside of you, but they couldn't see it because they saw their own reflection. They saw their shadow in you and they thought, oh, that's all there is. So I have to fix it. You know, I have to control it. This is too wild. This is too dark. This is too wrong. I have to change it. But it's not up to them. You're not up to anybody else. You develop yourself, not anybody else. You didn't try to change this person, or maybe you did unconsciously. Maybe you did. And it didn't work either, because it's impossible to change other people. They have to want to change. And changing is healing. Changing is growing. Changing is being fluid and going with the flow. Remember to breathe. I'm hearing it was hard to breathe at some point. You were drowning. They were drowning. Everyone was drowning in each other's inadequacies, their own inadequacies. It was really an unfortunate situation that you overcame, and now you're in your peace. You're breathing. You're breathing. feeling like an outcast. Someone's feeling like an outcast, like people are rejecting them for some reason, but that's only because they reject them. They reject themselves. And meanwhile, you know that you'll never be rejected. You'll never feel rejected as long as you accept yourself. And that is the safety, the comfort, the peace, the love, the freedom that you have developed for yourself. No one can take that away from you. No one's rejection, no one's harsh words, no one's words, no one's actions, nobody's anything. Lack of validation, gaslighting. These things don't affect you anymore because you no longer seek things out of yourself. And when you don't seek things out of yourself and you give them to yourself freely, you're overflowing with acceptance and love and peace and freedom. For some reason I read bad adult. Someone feels like a bad adult, but actually it's bad advice. So someone's been taking advice from other people and realizing that was the wrong way to go. Because you have to look at the person who's giving the advice, and you also should not forget your own inner advice, if that makes sense. So if something is crying for you to do something, you can't ignore it. You can't just let everybody influence you like a schmuck. You know, it's what it is. Because you did the same thing at some point in your life. You did the same thing. You let other people convince you, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm crazy, maybe this is not for me. That's okay. That's part of the journey. But you learn not to do that because you saw the truth. It finally makes sense. Everything makes sense for you, but I think someone is still where you were. And you're hoping, you're praying for them that they'll get out because you want them to be happy, because you want everyone to be happy. You don't even care if they hurt you or did something. You don't care because they taught you something and that's valuable to you. Lessons are valuable to you. They're balancing out the hurt. Your blessings are coming. I was feeling that. Your blessings are magnetized towards you because you've accepted all the lessons. You've accepted all the lessons and you've gone with all the lessons and you've internalized and you've freed yourself of outside influences. You went so deep that no one can pull you to the surface again, I'm hearing. You don't bother with the surface things anymore. You don't bother with small talk. You don't bother with mere acquaintances. You don't bother with nothing conversations. You don't bother with just having fun. It doesn't give you anything. And so you don't have to bother with it. You remove toxic situations and people like that. Gossip out of the window. People talking about shit about other people out the front door. People drinking to forget their lives, long gone. All of these toxic things, they seemed so small and under control, but they were changing you. And now that you don't have any more things that change you, that influence you, that frustrate you, you're so peaceful and happy because you're surrounded by people who nurture you, who support themselves, who nurture themselves, who see themselves in you. You're creating this beautiful little bubble of warm love and acceptance and self-development, spiritual growth, awakening. You walk hand in hand with other angels. Oh, I love this. And everything's just getting better from here. Everything is getting better from here. Oracles. Last guidance. Everything is getting better from here. Confirmation. Spirit, what is the final guidance, please? Karmic message in reverse. Whatever situation that was, you've reversed the karma. Maybe you were getting the short end of the stick and other people were whatever. But now it's the opposite. It's flipped. Not because of something you did. Well, of course, of something you did. You know, you embraced yourself. You built yourself. You learned to love yourself. And of course, that's going to turn your karma around. And the other people, the other person, whoever did wrong by you, whoever hurt you, it's just turning around on them too. You know, it's like you knew that you would never do something bad on purpose because you know it's going to turn around on you. And so you don't do that. And also you're a good person. You like doing good things. But somebody who doesn't understand karma, they're like, I can do anything I want and it's going to be fine. But then eventually they find out, oh, that's what karma feels like, is it? It sucks. And you're thinking, yeah, I mean, maybe you tried to warn them or maybe you tried to help them, but they wouldn't do it for themselves for some reason. They weren't there in the journey yet. They weren't ready to hear your words of wisdom, and maybe they're ready now or maybe they'll never be ready. Anger in reverse. You're not angry with these people or this person. You're actually not angry with anybody anymore, because when you were angry with others, you were angry with yourself. And this is what is being repeated over and over again. Everyone is a mirror. Every connection is a mirror of every current correct connection is a mirror of how far you've come. So let's say something so appears and you realize you're still transitioning, and so that is why it's so. Not because there's something wrong with you, but because it reflects where you are on the journey. Or let's say something magnificent, wonderful appears. This also reflects how far you've come. And if something toxic appears, it reflects how sometimes you are human. Sometimes you misstep, and that's okay too. Every part of this journey is okay with you, I'm hearing. And that is why you're ready to close the cycle. You're closing the cycle for good. Love in reverse. You're closing a door to love and romance specifically. Not because you think it's awful and you don't believe in it anymore, but because right now it can't offer you more than you offer yourself. One day when someone appears and they offer you the cherry on top, you're gonna get that cherry. You're gonna grab that cherry. You're gonna bite that cherry. You're gonna enjoy that cherry. But until that cherry appears, there's nothing you can do. You can't accept so offers or something that doesn't feel right in your gut, or something that's just gonna derail you from who you're becoming. It's okay not to be love's time. It's okay, it's not love's time right now. It's okay. It's not anything bad, and it's not a bad reflection on you. And it doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. Actually, you're doing everything right. Because you're focusing on you. You're loving you now. And that is why the angels just want you to focus on that. now. One day, love will come. But right now, you're filling your own cup and you're doing it magnificently. And you're attracting beautiful things to your life. I'm so proud of you that you have filled yourself up with so much power and confidence and freedom and love and peace and joy. You're blissful. You are in bliss right now. It's like the sun is always shining on you. And people are like, how is that possible? You did it. You chose it. You built it. You fought for it. It was hard, but you've arrived to you and to love. You're loving yourself. And that is the most important connection in your life right now. Yay! Nothing's missing. Remember, nothing's missing. Your love is more than good enough. Your love is enough. Nothing's missing right now. Okay? I'm so proud of you. Thank you for watching. Let me know if it resonates and I'll see you next time. Bye.